What's up, guys? Today is day 8. I only did 20 puzzles today because, I don't know, I guess I was a little lazy. Actually, no, I just had a bit of a busy day, but I could have done more. I played 4 games, and the big message from these 4 games was just not to be lazy, to spend the time to calculate, to thoroughly calculate. What I noticed is that if I get low on time, I get very, I don't know, I get nervous, like, oh, I don't have much time left, even if it's like 2-3 minutes and I don't calculate well. But even before that, then sometimes I just move too quickly. So let's go through the games. The first game, we're going to go through real quick here. I thought I was making a lot of progress, and here I was like, okay, usually going back once or twice doesn't really do much. I feel like it could become a target. My queen could become a target really quickly if I just move back here or here. And generally, that's true. The big thing I missed here, to be honest, was the queen move. So the reason why this works is because it allows me to keep this threat. Whereas in the game here, he takes, and I don't really look. And I missed like this idea. I should have looked at the protection of my king. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. I was, again, laziness. But I played off of it really well. I played the best moves, which was nice. And then I kept attacking the queen because I thought, you know, people who take their queen out early kind of suffer. And here I thought, okay, the bishop's going to attack and it's going to be very nice. And I saw this pawn move, but then, you know, I even saw a move before that I could skewer and take the rook. Apparently, this is a brilliant move. I don't really understand how that's a brilliant move, if someone could explain it to me. But then I just keep trying to get all my pieces in, and I see all of these. Like, these are all plans I have. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a pawn, an extra pawn up here. And I am. And then I'm another pawn up. But I think the problem is I create all this space, and even though all of his pieces are kind of looking that way, and I forget this a lot of times, actually, and it's good that I'm looking at this because I keep getting reminded. A queen and a rook, very strong. A rook even on the 7th rank, very strong. And even just from here, I notice I have a problem. I get lazy calculating. I notice I have a problem. I'm thinking, let me try to checkmate him with this idea. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I could checkmate somehow. This is a checkmate, but the bishop's in the way. So, I don't know. I think I was too lazy with this. I kind of ignored the real threat of my king being in danger. And that's why I had to move over here, and I was fine. My king would be fine. This one move blunders the game for me. There's nothing I could do here. Well, apparently it's pretty even. I'm stupid. I don't see it. I think, okay, this is fine because this protects my rook. And I was thinking of lines like, oh, if he takes, I could take back because he can't take with checkmate. Or if I take his queen, because I was thinking here, if I came here to try to attack his queen, he could actually sack his rook. I'm sorry. He could sack his queen to get mate like this, because the knight covers my escape square. So I was like, oh shit, that's an actual, like, dangerous thing. But I didn't see that when the queen is here, it has this check. I just didn't see it. And my best move was here. This was already losing, but that move I just didn't see, and I saw this was made already, and I let him. I either let him get it on me, or I just resigned. I didn't want to see it. But yeah, this move lost me the game. So, just very instructive chess is, right? You could play with, what was my accuracy? Okay, so never mind. My accuracy wasn't high. Never mind. Whatever I said doesn't make sense. This game, I had very high accuracy, 88.4%. I let him en passant me, and it got into this interesting position. And I thought, okay, I don't need to castle yet. Let me kind of put all the pressure here. And this was kind of nice, because if he takes, I get the queen for free. Puzzles, I guess, help me see that. And I'm still putting the pressure there. And eventually we trade all this stuff. And I didn't want to move my king here. I wanted to castle it out of danger. And that's what I end up doing. Attack the rook, attack this, and here is kind of an interesting move. This move took me a minute and a half. I did not want to screw it up. I saw right away this threat of checkmate. I thought, what if I push the pawn? You know, what if I do this? What if I do that? I was looking at this move. I was looking at other moves, and I almost hung my queen, like thinking of stuff like that. I end up bringing the bishop back. Apparently just kicking the rook off is the best move. But I bring the bishop back, and here he just blunders his knight. He just blunders his knight. His best move was just to get his knight to safety, because I still can't take, because that's mate. Opponent didn't see it, get the knight, opponent resigns. Okay, game 3. You can see I was in the middle of looking over that game. Game 3 also was lazy. And the reason here, this is my favorite opening. I know the Scotch opening decently well. I know the first like 7, 8, 9 moves, and I know when people make mistakes like this, and I know how to take advantage of it. You can see I'm playing all the best moves here, but I get my king to safety. There are no real threats on my king right now. I thought maybe my opponent would do something like this and get my queen somewhere else. But I could just come here still protecting the pawn, and if he does something like that, that just looks crazy. But you know, like, everything was fine. I had to get my knight into the game. I castled instead. Whatever, fine. The game looks okay. And here I had this whole plan of, I was hoping he would do something like this, and I would do this, and he would get his queen maybe to try to trade, something like this. And I thought this looked pretty cool, because my pawn, you know, if I bring the bishop back, and he tries to castle, I could bring the knight, he tries to attack the pawn. I could maybe make this pawn a very annoying piece for my opponent. That's like the type of line I was looking at. Apparently, all of that was just dumb. Because I also saw this right away, of course. And I saw, oh, this doesn't work. This is just mate. But maybe I could do something like that. Like after this just looked scary. And I saw this as well. Wait, no, I didn't see that maybe. Maybe I didn't see that actually. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Whatever. I wanted my pawn there to be alive. And sometimes I don't take risks, sometimes I do. That's just how it is. Oh, here I saw taking for sure, but I thought after this, what am I going to do? I'm opening up a line against my king. I think the engine says to go g4, and I think the idea behind that is that if you can force a trade, then there is no real pressure because there's less forces against my queen. So I think that's the reasoning. And that kind of makes sense to me. It's just that always looks scary, you know? The poisoned pawn or whatever. So I just thought trading would be safer. But yeah, apparently this would have been fine. Or even, well, I mean, castling makes more sense. Maybe I do this or something. So anyway, I go for the trade and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be better off here. He has a pawn that's backwards pawn, not protected. He has to protect with his king. And I'm just blitzing out moves in like a few seconds. I'm like, yeah, let's trade everything. Your king is in the back row. My king is going to be more active. Little do I know, I only have a slight advantage here. And right here, for some reason, I thought both pawns were hanging. I didn't see my knight protecting it. And I was like, let me move this pawn. Funny thing is, trying to protect this pawn is impossible now because the knight blocks my route. So I don't even... That was just a mistake. This was just a bad move. So anyway, he ends up getting my pawn with check. Another interesting... This is a blunder. What a difference of one move. If he comes here, I can come here and... I don't know. I'm not smart enough to understand why all of this works. It doesn't look like I trap his knight. I'm still losing, but I mean, it's better than what happens in the game. So this is what happens in the game. I blunder again. I actually see this move. I see this check that deflects my king away from the protection of my knight because I can't go here or here, but my opponent doesn't see it. And I come back and here... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running around. Again, I'm being lazy. I'm not calculating. That's the big issue of today. And for some reason, I kind of disregard this threat. And I don't know why. I just did like this, you know, does something. I disregard the threat and that's it. Like I lose. He queens. Okay. Last game here. Here, I don't think it was a calculation issue for once. This game wasn't as much of a calculation issue. You could see all the question marks, but that's not the biggest thing I want to look at. In this game, the biggest issue I had was understanding what side to close off and what side to fight on. So right here, pushing this pawn is unnecessary. The reason I pushed it is because I didn't want him to take, I take back, and then he takes my pawn, and then it's gonna be like, it's gonna be hard castling here. That was my thought process. That's why I did this. Apparently, I should just keep this position how it is and fight on this side. Because let's say something like this happens, and he does take, and he takes this. Well, apparently, my king is safe in the center. This looks crazy, but my king is safe on the center. His queen has to reroute itself if it wants to come fight back on this side. And fighting on this side, maybe I guess is too hard. And it's fascinating to me. It's just kind of crazy. My best move here, just keep fighting, with the idea that I don't care about what's going on here. White is too slow to attack me, I guess. But I mean, the Elo bar shows differently. I don't know. When I was analyzing it, my understanding was essentially that I should have left this side how it was and fight on the left side. Kind of hard for me to see, to be honest. Especially since I'm losing so many pawns on the other side. Okay, regardless, this is what happens in this game. I castle on that side, thinking it was a clever move. I bring my queen in to attack the knight, thinking he's going to move back here. And I'm just going to pile up pressure. I'm going to kick this bishop out and continue the game. And he just forgot that his knight hung. And then I was like, oh, he's playing on while I have this nice move. And then he resigned. Like, I'm guaranteed the rook, right? Crazy game, crazy game. That was the fourth and final game for today. Thank you for watching, guys. Whoever made it this far, comment day... What is it, 8? Day 8, yeah. To prove that you made it this far. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.